Going to do a run through the outlook for tomorrow for 19th of September. So just referring back to what I said in my yesterday's outlook for the dollar. On the higher time frame, I said this area is our daily FEG, which is also our 4 hour FEG, and I did mention that although this monthly FEG is my target, we can I wanted us to go straight up to here, but then I also said we should expect another return to this hillside before we move up, and that is what happened. So we've swept this low again, which was created on Friday, and then hopefully now we can start pushing up. But for tomorrow, and taking in consideration of the Asia session, how it consolidates. So since we expect Asia to consolidate, I don't really expect us to close above this arrow in Asia. What for Asia could possibly do is just consolidate inside this, and it may look like we're going to disrespect this hour 4 FEG, but I think most likely it just makes the most sense for us to respect it, close above here, and then take this monthly draw up here. So I will not engage in a buy until we close above this arrow here. So DXY buys, I'm not going to look for a setup until obviously price is above here, and then therefore this equates to me looking for a short in EU or GU. So that's pretty much it for the dollar. But in the worst case scenario, if we do disrespect this hour 4 FEG, I'm also not trading, because then I'm not going to trade if something goes against my bias or my outlook doesn't go well. It's okay just to sit out for a day and then to see what happens and where you went wrong and study that, rather than try to force a trade even though your outlook went wrong. So that's my thoughts on dollar. And then for SPX, I did want this hour 4 FVG, and if I go right up close to it, although this is where your TV charts come in and your MT5, although on this chart we have tapped this hour 4 fair value gap, when you go to, well, my MetaTrader 5 says that we still haven't, and if I was going to go into a different chart like Pepperstones, we haven't tapped this FVG. So as you can see, the chart is completely different, and this is where I want price to go up here. So I'm still expecting price to come up to here and then go down. So for tomorrow I'm still bullish. Hopefully my chart for SPX makes sense, and we probably will push around to this area, which would look like this. But right now I've just drew that I do expect price to go up here and then us to basically come into the premium zone before we try to go for a sell off again and take out sell side liquidity here. So tomorrow, Asia, obviously I expect us to consolidate. If we do end up closing below this during Asia, I expect London to then take this sell side liquidity, and then I think there's a daily FEG just below here, yep, and then London to come down to this FEG, and then New York to distribute some buys on the upside. So that's the possibilities, but this is what I've drew out as what I actually do expect to happen and what I would like to happen. So I don't want us to close below this, to be honest, during Asia. I just want us to continue to go up and consolidate our way up. For EG, I'm still very bullish on EG, although as you can see that I have drew, this is probably too far to be honest. We're currently inside this 4 hour FVG. I'm just going to mark it out, and we look like we're respecting it, and lifetime we've got 3 hour 50-minute left before this candle closes. I think this candle will probably visit this FEG again and possibly this OB, and then move our way up to target this area, which is 86690. So basically just go here and then go up, or we just continue to go up, but it's basically bullish. I try not to focus on EG when on my 1 hour time frame or two. I just try to stay, I think the lowest time frame I would probably focus on is 2 hour time frame and the intraday, but then try to get your bias from the 4 hour. You just have to think about, like, for example, we had created this order block here, and then I was like, right, we're respected all of the bullish arrays, what is my next candle going to be? Is it going to be bullish or bearish? And that's pretty much what I think about for EG before I place a trade on EU or GU. So EG is bullish tomorrow to me as well, and then I think I've covered all the forex. And then if I move to yen pairs, yesterday's outlook, I said I was targeting this hour 4 FVG and then a sell off, and that is still the same case. We may have another sweep in the buy side liquidity, which means that we will visit this high, sweep this high, or possibly even tap into this hour 4 OB and then have a sell off. But basically, I will be looking for a long on EJ or GJ and then a short on JPY index. And I'm not going to short this JPY index until we close below this arrow here on the hour 4 time frame. To be even safer would be this arrow, but then with the right confirmation on the lower time frame, we can take a safe long on EJ after we close below this. And what that looks like on EJ is, you may have noticed yesterday I said we were going to tap into this hour 4 fair value gap before we move up, and that is what we're doing. And then I'm going to move this arrow up here. I will not take an EJ long until we have a body closure above this arrow, and I've just marked out this hour 4 OB, so I expect us to come down to here. I don't really want us to cut, to be honest, visit down here, and I don't think we will, because EJ I want bullish, EG is also bullish, JPY is also bearish, so it doesn't give us any reason to come back down here now. I think this was protected. If we do, that is fine, but I don't want us to close below this. As long as we wick it, that is completely fine, and the valid is, the setup is still valid. And for GJ, I'm kind of just ignored longs. I don't see a point of trying to long GJ because it's just low probability as long as EJ stays the better bullish pair, and then EG is also bullish, so it doesn't make any sense for you to be longing GJ, to be honest, unless you're scalping in the 1 minute. But obviously higher time frame is the higher probability trade to go with, so try to increase your chances even more. But I think that's pretty much the sum of it. And sorry, actually I'll go and check EU as well. So on the dollar, you obviously notice that we've tapped into our hour 4 FVG, and same in EU, we've tapped into this hour 4 FVG, and to be honest, we will visit higher prices before we're going down, but then the target is this previous weekly low. But what you would want to short is GU. So tomorrow, since we've consolidated, I'm seeing all of this as accumulation in price, and then I'm seeing it as an AMD model, which is accumulation, manipulation, and distribution, and the distribution will probably happen around here. So we're probably going to visit this hour 4 OB again, and then make our way down and take out all of this daily lows down here. So that's pretty much it, to be honest, for the outlooks. I don't want to be too long on them, but yeah.